Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. We are back at it with Jack Daniel's, the brand new 2024 10 and 12 year brand new releases. All right, hey, before we dive into Jack Daniel's, these new releases, I want to give a huge shout out to one of my patrons, my buddy Dennis. Dennis down in Virginia this past weekend, he had, gosh, there had to be close to 50 people there. We had a bunch of whiskey enthusiasts over. We had a blast hanging out. So thanks for the hospitality, Dennis. Really had a whole bunch of fun. Hung out with Dennis, hung out with some fellow patrons, met a ton of people I never met before, met and hung out with a few really cool whiskey tubers. My buddy Hunter from the Bourbon Hunter, my good friend Myron from Bourbon Drop. So check out those two channels, as well as a few other gentlemen from other channels as well. But honestly, we truly had a blast. As they say, whiskey brings people together. So truly had a blast. So thanks again, Dennis. And speaking of Dennis as a patron, for patrons in general, I want to welcome my newest patrons. So my good friend Kate H, Mike C, Virginia R, and Charlie A. So Kate, Mike, Virginia, and Charlie, welcome to the Judge family. As we say, we truly are honestly like our own little community. So welcome to the Judge family. Appreciate the support between all of our happy hours and barrel picks and just Discord chat, helping each other out with sending samples and so forth. We try to have a little bit of fun here on the Judge side of the house. So welcome to the family, and thank you again for all the other patrons as well as everyone else who subscribed to the channel and watched the channel. I really do appreciate it. All right. So let's go ahead and dive into the brand new 2024 Jack Daniel's releases. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour these. So these just came out actually literally last week. So I mean, beginning of February, truly brand new, just came out. Really excited. So thank you, by the way, Jack Daniel's, for sending over these samples. Really do appreciate it. Let me go ahead and pour the 10 year and the 12 year. So we'll get started. We'll do the 10 year first, just because the 10 year is a lower proof point. And then we will dive into the 12 year after that. All right. So what do we know about the 10 and the 12 year? Some things they kind of share, I guess, in common, if you will. So a couple of things. Number one, first and foremost, same exact mash bill on both of these. Same exact mash bill. The mash bill for both of these, 80% corn, 12% malted barley, 8% rye. So exact same mash bill on both of these. And I will say for both of them, they are obviously, it's an annual release. They are definitely slightly high, I guess, kind of allocated, if you will, a little bit harder to find. I'm going to give Jack credit because I think, honestly, Jack Daniel's has actually did a really good job in the last couple of years of really trying to rebrand themselves, and then also making some more of their harder to find whiskey a little bit easier to find. As an example, this bottle right here, the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye Whiskey. So when this first came out, it was hot, right? I mean, super, super hot, super highly allocated, great whiskey. Very hard to find. Now, gosh, I mean, at least by me, in Delaware, Maryland, even Pennsylvania, you can go to a few different stores. You're going to easily find this after going to a few stores. So they've actually ramped up production a little bit on some of their, I guess, more highly allocated bottles, things that we all love. Now, these will probably still be a little bit harder to find, but hopefully, if you're into Jack and you like Jack whiskey, you might be able to at least find at least one of these, if not both. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this one real quick. We're going to start with the 10 year. All right, Jack Daniel's 10 year. So this is actually batch 3 of the Jack Daniel's 10 year. I tried batch 1. I didn't get a chance to find a bottle of it, but I did try batch 1, but this is batch 3. So for this one, again, coming in exactly at 10 years. And from a proof standpoint, it's exactly, okay, so the same, 97 proof. So aged 10 years, 97 proof. And from an MSRP standpoint, $85. So 85 bucks. All right. Let's get into this nose, folks. Whew, that is that's nice. That nose is really nice. I like that. Very nice. So that's really, really nice. So the nose is very quintessential Jack, right? In terms of, you get a good bit of, yeah, definitely a really good bit of obviously leather forward, a little bit of caramel, a good bit of bananas, right? Jack always has a little bit of kind of banana notes in there as well. So leather, some caramel, some banana notes, a little bit of maple syrup. It goes through that whole charcoal filtration process, the whole Lincoln County charcoal filtration process. So it's a little bit spicy as well. You kind of get some spice notes from the charcoal. but very nice. Peppery, leathery, good bit of oak, good bit of banana. This is nice, boy. Woo! All right, Judge, we did not come here to nose whiskey. We came here to sip whiskey, Judge. All right, let's get to it. Cheers, everybody. Woo, that's nice. Right at 100 proof. That is actually I'm gonna finish that. You guys know me, I can't put down whiskey. Oh yeah. Okay. So right at 97 proof, almost 100 proof. It's a true, it's a great representation of the nose matching the palate. It truly is an equal balance of leather, oak, caramel, bananas, and a smidge of maple syrup, all kind of just swirled in there together. And at 97 proof, just a little bit shy of 100 proof, it's a nice, clean, crisp finish, but it's actually a little bit peppery on the back end as well. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. All right, I'm gonna give you 3 judgments though. I'm gonna give you a judgment for each one of these. Plus, at the end, I'm gonna go ahead and just judge. Like if you only wanted to buy one, which one would you buy? Cool. All right, $85. Not a bad start. Let's go ahead and move over to Jack Daniel's 12-year. So the 12-year, this is actually batch 2 of it. So the first batch that came out, this bottle here, the one I did find actually in the store, and I got it for MSRP as well. Batch 2 of this bad boy. This is the 12-year stated whiskey. I think they kept the proof exactly the same. Yep, so 107 proof. So it's a little bit of a jump up from the 97 up to 107. So 107 proof. Now MSRP is a little bit more, $95. Where that was $85, this one's $95. So $10 more from an MSRP standpoint. All right. And again, same exact mash bill as before. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this bad boy. Woo! Yes, sir. All right. So first and foremost, the nose on this, it's different than that one. Why? Why is it different, Judge? The primary difference, there's a lot more, like a ton more oak. Extra 2 years, right? A ton more oak, a lot more leather, and even a little bit more like kind of peppery in the nose as well. Yeah, a lot more oak, a lot more leather. And not nearly as much like kind of the banana notes that was kind of mixed in there. Not nearly as much banana notes in this one on the nose. Woo! All right. Hey, before I dive into this, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Have you tried either one of these? And if so, what are your thoughts on them? And if you haven't tried the most recent batches, even the older batches, what are your thoughts on the Jack Daniel's 10 or the 12-year? Last but not least, please make sure you all subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right, here we go. Jack Daniel's 12-year, 107 proof, $95 MSRP. Let's rock and roll. Cheers, everybody. Woo! Okay. Well, that too did not disappoint. That is probably also an equal representation of the nose matching the palate. That is a lot more oak, a lot more leather, not only in the nose, but also the mid palate and the back of the palate. It's actually kind of funny. So this past weekend, when everyone was kind of hanging out at Dennis's, someone asked me, like, Judge, what do you think is a really good proof for whiskey? And flat out, I am a barrel proof snob. Every day, all day. Give me barrel proof every day, all day. However, I do honestly believe that a sweet spot for probably a lot of people, including myself, is anywhere from 105 to 115 proof. And this one being right at that 107, so right there, almost kind of in the middle, almost at 107 proof. That, folks, is a great sweet spot for whiskey. That has so much, it has so much like just character to it, so much depth. It's so well-rounded. Wow, that's good. It's so good. I'm gonna finish it right now. I'm not leaving it whiskey in the glass. Never, ever. Wow, I'm happy. I'm very happy right now. All right. So, Judge, go ahead. Give me those 3 verdicts and keep it real. 3 verdicts are in. The 10-year, definitely a buy. It is honestly just a wonderful and pleasant experience. Great nose, great palate. It's right at that sub 100 proof level, and it's just very clean and crisp. Absolutely great and worth $85 worth of MSRP. The big boy over here, 12-year, 107 proof, $95. Yeah, that is definitely a buy every single day. Absolutely. Now, this is where it gets tough. Woo! Oh, man. So, if you see both of these at MSRP, which one are you grabbing and why? Well, ideally, if you have the money, you buy both of them. But if you only buy one, if you could only buy just one, which one would I grab? And I think you should grab as well. Hands down, Jack Daniel's 12-year. That is just special. It is such a great quality whiskey. I'm so glad, again, that Jack Daniel's has rebranded themselves in the last few years. I mean, the quality of this whiskey at MSRP at $95 is so worth it. Now, I will say this, right? I will say this. Unfortunately, this day and age, with secondary prices in stores, sometimes depending on where you live, marking prices up, if you find any of these for like $400 or $500, let's try to bring things back to reality, folks. Let's not be buying whiskey at $400, $500, $600. We need to stop that. However, if you find this at MSRP, either one of these, and especially that bad boy, please make sure you grab it because it is worth every single bit of the MSRP. All right, my friends, until the next time, peace, cheers, most important, salute. Take care.